In a small village near Moulton, where golden wheat fields stretched endlessly under the vast sky, lived a boy named Jamil. He was 19, the son of a poor farmer, and believed his life had already been decided for him. He would plow fields, harvest crops, and live the same fate as his father and his grandfather before him. Jamil had little education. His father always said, "Books won't fill our stomachs, son. The fields will." So, while other boys in the nearby town learned new skills, built careers, and dreamed of a better future, Jamil never dared to dream beyond his small world. He often sat by the village well, watching traders pass through with their motorbikes and fine clothes. He wondered, how did they make something of themselves, while I remain stuck in the same cycle? Wake up, work the fields, sleep. One evening, while walking through the village, he noticed a broken radio lying near the shop of Master Rafik, the village shopkeeper. Curious, he picked it up, turning it over in his hands. "That thing is dead," Master Rafik chuckled. "I was going to throw it away." Jamil hesitated before saying, "Can I take it?" Rafik raised an eyebrow. What will you do with it?" Jamil wasn't sure himself, but something inside him told him to try. "Maybe I can fix it." The shopkeeper laughed but handed it over. "Go ahead, boy, it's useless anyway." That night, under the dim glow of a kerosene lamp, Jamil carefully opened the radio. He had never repaired anything before, but he had always been fascinated by how things worked. As a child, he had watched the village electrician fix wires, but he never thought he could do it himself. Now, with no tools, no experience, and only his determination, he carefully examined the circuits. For hours, he struggled, connecting wires, testing knobs, unsure if he was doing anything right. Then, he turned the knob. Static. His heart pounded. And then, suddenly, a voice crackled through the speaker. Jamil's breath caught. "I did it." The next morning, he ran to Rafik's shop, placed the working radio on the counter, and stepped back. The shopkeeper's eyes widened in disbelief. "You fixed it?" Jamil nodded. Shyly, Rafik patted his shoulder. "You have a gift, boy. Don't waste it." Word spread quickly through the village. Soon, people started bringing Jamil their broken radios, watches, even old fans. With each repair, his confidence grew. One day, a schoolteacher from a nearby town visited the village. He had heard about Jamil's skills, and handed him a broken mobile phone. "Fix this, and I'll pay you well," he challenged. Jamil had never repaired a phone before, but he accepted the challenge. He borrowed a screwdriver from the village mechanic, and spent the entire night studying the circuits. By dawn, the phone was working. The teacher was so impressed. He gave Jamil a handsome payment and said, "You need to learn more. You have talent, but you must sharpen it." Encouraged, Jamil decided to take a bold step. He used his savings, traveled to the nearest town, and stood outside a small electronics shop, watching the repairman work. Memorizing their techniques, with his remaining money, he bought a second-hand toolkit. Back in the village, he set up a tiny repair stall under an old banyan tree. His first customer, a poor farmer with a broken fan. "If you fix this, I'll give you fresh wheat," the farmer offered. Jamil smiled. Deal. From that day, Jamil became the village's go-to repairman. He earned respect, trust, and enough money to support his family. His father, who once believed farming was the only way, now looked at his son with pride. One day, a businessman from the city visited the village and heard about Jamil. Impressed by his skills, he offered him a position at an electronics repair center in Moulton. Jamil stood at a crossroads. Should he leave his village for the unknown? He hesitated, then remembered the boy he once was. The boy who thought he was nothing. He smiled to himself. "I have come this far. I will not stop now." Years later, Jamil owned a successful repair shop in the city. He hired young boys from villages, boys who, like him, had once underestimated themselves. He taught them, no one is truly unskilled, you just need to find your hidden spark. One evening, he returned to his village. He sat under the same banyan tree, where his journey had begun. As he looked at the setting sun, he thought about the broken radio, the small, forgotten thing that had changed his life.